Hey, so Javier in the Air here, walking episode. So I'm out here on Anderson Mill, and you can hear all the cars going by. And I am doing the introduction from here as I'm walking this morning. It's about 9:30. I'm out here trying to get my 4-mile walk in. This is my long walk for the week. So I'll be stopping and doing different videos from here for this episode. So today, again, I had some cancellations, so I wasn't able to get anybody on for the interviews. So I have a great cooking bit of me making. Actually, I'm trying to remember what it was that I made for this episode. So I'm gonna put that out there, and you can see this beautiful day out here, and I am walking on the sidewalk on Anderson Mill, on the other side of 620. So let's take it away to the baking, and then I'll come back and we'll see how this worked out. Hey everybody, Baking Jav here, once again with another exciting baking episode. And so what I'm doing here today is I am doing a keto-friendly mixed berry cream cheese crumble. I know that was a lot, so I'll say it again. A keto-friendly mixed berry cream cheese crumble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my oven for 350 degrees. I am going to then take my handy dandy big huge pan. This calls for normally a 2-quart pan, but I went ahead and went a little bit extra large here. And now what you're supposed to do is, the recipe calls for blueberries, but I'm actually doing a mixed berry one, and I'm doing a double batch since I'm using my big huge pan here. So let me get going on that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my blackberries that you can find at any grocery store, and these are big ones, so hopefully they'll come out well. These are also big. These are the jumbo blueberries from Family Tree Farms. Thank you, Family Tree, for making these huge blueberries. So I'm gonna mix them in with the blackberries. Get them going. Got a lot of purple, got a lot of black going there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I chopped up beforehand a bunch of strawberries. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my strawberries. See if I can get them all over the place. So I'm going to mix them up a little bit. Make sure I have enough berries everywhere. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wash my hand real quick, because I got a little OCD on that. Alright, so I'm going to take a stick of butter, 1.5 cups of coconut flour, 1.5 cups of almond flour, only half a cup of coconut flour. So that's 1.5 cups of almond flour, half a cup of coconut flour. Now it also called for optional adding coconut chips, which I'm not a big fan of, like raw coconut like that, so I'm not gonna add it. Also added coconut shredded flakes, which I'm not gonna add either, because I like my coconut flour, and I like my coconut nectar, and I like my coconut aminos, but actual shredded coconut and flakes and stuff like that, no, not for me. So I went ahead and got my pan going, as you see there. I'm going to go ahead and move it to the side a little bit. And I'm going to take my concoction of almond flour, coconut flour, and get ready to mix that. But before I mix that, what it also calls for is 8 ounces of cream cheese. 8 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm going to take my regular butter knife, and it calls for cutting it up and adding it layered across the berries. And actually, before I do that, it said to sprinkle a sweetener of your choice. So now I'm using pure cane sweetener. For those of you who don't know, look it up. It's very good. It's no calories at all to it. Very little carbs, no added sugars. It's made from erythritol. So what you're supposed to do is just kind of add it by a nice powdering over the berries to give them a little ability to add more juice to it. So not too much, where you feel comfortable spreading the sugar. Go ahead and do that. And then like I go back to layering the cream cheese. So I'm adding the cream cheese in layer format and going from there. So I hope you've been enjoying all the podcasts. I know I say that again. I just want to bring up we're still looking for some pumpkin um, carvings. So be sure and submit your entry. There is a cash prize, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's attempt at carving. I really hope you get into it, into the Halloween spirit. I know I am, and I know my family has, and so we'll be getting into it quite a bit. So I'm going to keep adding the cream cheese here. And also feel free to drop me a line and let me know if you see me doing something wrong as far as baking goes, something you'd like to see me bake. I'm more than willing to do that. And also, to be fair to everyone, it will not always have to be keto or paleo friendly. So if you have something you want to see me make specifically for a season or for the holiday or something with a certain kind of fruit, if I can get a hold of the ingredients, I will do so. So be sure and let me know when you want me to try something out, because I will do it. So I'm continuing to lay the cream cheese out. I'll show you the results here in a minute. You might want to drop your cream cheese into the freezer just 10, 15, 20 minutes to let it set a little bit better. This is already beginning to soften up on me, so I'm trying my best to cut it as quickly as I can. So here we go. Just a few more and then I'll be done. Also, don't forget that I'm also always looking on the lookout for people to interview. So if you have a mom and pop business that you want to highlight, you want me to interview, you want me to talk about them, you want me to review their beer or their food, yes, I will do food reviews as well, then be sure and let me know. Alright, so quick rinse here, and yes, that is my sink. And I might do a how to do later on how to actually change out your kitchen sink, because I'll have to do that soon. So I'm going to go ahead and take a stick of butter. I'm going to put this fruit to the side. A stick of butter. And add it to your mixture. Now I'm doing a double mixture, so don't be surprised that I have so much butter in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Use my handy dandy spatula. Get all of it in, and then I'm going to mix it. And you mix it until it gets the consistency of a crumble, so that it starts getting kind of thick and crumbly. You don't want to try to beat this till it's smooth, because one, it's not going to happen, and two, that's not what you want. You want it to have a crumble-like consistency. You want it to be thoroughly mixed, though. You want to make sure that you get that butter into everything. And so here you see I'm wiping it off. Oh, I also forgot that, and you'll see in the ingredients themselves, that you need a pinch, just a pinch of salt. As I'm avoiding salt, just a pinch is just fine for me, so, and not a problem. So now it's got a crumbly consistency here. So I'm going to go ahead and make room. I'm going to take my berries here with the cream cheese cut on top, and I'm going to go ahead and just starting in using my hand, because it's crumbled, I'm going to crumble it over the entire pot, the entire pan. So get it to crumble. It said for spooning it over, but this butter is really warm, and I think it, because I had to melt it, so I think it's going to go over quite well. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it up by spreading it over, crumbling it over, trying to get to every corner that I can, make sure I get coverage over the cream cheese. You don't have to have them completely covered, and it's not going to work that way if you do anyway. You want to just try to get it as much as you can everywhere. Make sure you got as much as you can distributed over it. be my guest and do whatever you want. You'll really like it, I think. Get the real crumbly crumblies going. So I think next week I'm going to try to do something more Halloween themed. So if you have ingredients or your mom's special recipe for something having to do with Halloween, please feel free and throw it my way. I'm thinking I'm gonna do something with pumpkin. Probably maybe pumpkin puree, maybe something a little different. Okay, so it's added, and as you see there, it's now crumbled. I'm gonna stick this. Actually, before I put it in the oven, I'm gonna grab some aluminum foil. And what you want to do is, it says to cook this covered for 12 to 15 minutes, and then you pull it out, and you then cook it for an additional 12 to 14 minutes. So I am going over the top here. So here it is covered. I'm going to stick it in the oven. And I'm going to set it, since we all know my oven goes a little bit long, a little bit more time than other ones. I'm going to set it for 15 minutes. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let it go for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and uncover it. So I'm going to have a short little video of when I uncover it and put it back in the oven. And then I'll have a video showing the finished product and me cutting a piece of it. So I will talk to you again soon. Stay tuned for the next part. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes, and I just pulled this out of the oven. Oven's still going, of course, at 350 like we talked about. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cover. I can see it's getting kind of crumbly here. Still feels like it needs a lot of cooking. So I'm gonna stick this back in now for another 15 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we are. Here's a close-up of it. I wound up going 20 minutes on it. You see it's getting a nice little brown look to it. So we'll see how it goes. I'll have another video of me trying it out a little bit later on once it cools down. So here's the final result. You can see mixed berry cream cheese crumble, keto style. And here's it look as I spooned it out of the thing. I'm gonna try some now. Make sure I get a bit of that cream cheese. That is a really good crumble. So I'm gonna post the link on how you can make this. It is fantastic. Thanks everyone. Hopefully you'll get to make it and you can let me know what you think. Bye. Hey everybody, mile marker 2. I'm here at the Old Mill and Anderson Mill, and so you just heard from Baker Jav on, I remembered now, the mixed berry cream cheese crumble, which is keto style. And so I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it did go over well with the people who had some. Really liked it. I really liked it as well. And so now what we're going to do is talk a little bit about walking. So here at mile marker 2, as you hear all the cars around me, there is a lot of ways you can go walking wise. There's a gas station. I just came from down that area, came up Anderson Mill heading towards Cypress Creek. So good thing about walking is that it's really good for you. It's almost it is a full body workout. You want to change your pace every now and then. You want to change your route so you can get an all around good effect for your body. This one I do on a Sunday. It's a long walk. I'm going to do about 4 miles, and I change this route. I don't use this route except for my long walk, so it gives me a little extra. And then if you're like me, you like to stay hydrated. So this thing is an actual Camelback. I expanded the bladder so that it holds 3 liters of water, and I'll wind up drinking about 1.5 liters or more on this walk today. So if you have the opportunity, get out there and do some walking. It'll really help you. I do a lot of exercise as well, but the walking is what really seems to tighten up my legs and help me out overall. So now we're going to move on to the beer reviews. So there's a beer review hob with an oldie but a goodie. Hey everyone, Javier here. Today we're pulling out of the Brutique's dark bag, dark and roasty. So I just happened to pull the first one out. Thanks again to Team Brutique for being there. I picked up some more beer today so we can continue our reviews. And out of the bag, I picked Adelbert's Darkness Come Alive, their horchata coffee milk porter. So, and it just so happens, coincidence, the glass I've been using, I don't know if I can get it to show there, is Adelbert's also. So, very cool. Let's take a sip. Really good. It is dark and roasty. You can definitely taste the coffee in it. Maybe a little horchata after finish, but otherwise it's pretty smooth. So as far as coffee porters go, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one 6 thumbs up. So good job. Thanks for the Brutique crew for being out there for us all. Everyone be safe, and if you don't like my review, please post. If you like it, please post. Talk to you later. Hey everyone, here I am at a little bit past mile marker 3. So just wanted to reach out to everybody again and talk a little bit more about walking. You just saw a good beer review, and now we got a walking review. So for those of you who don't out and about, you see here I'm at Anderson Mill West Park, and I've been moving in a lot of different places. And so if you get out and walk, you don't have to go anywhere. If you like going somewhere, I know my sister and other friends of mine like to go walk or jog down at Lake Travis, but for me, I don't really focus on the environment. So when I stop, I actually am kind of surprised at some of the things that I see around me. I like to keep my head at a level, eyes down type of thing, which has caused some almost accidents before walking into somebody. But otherwise I do good. So I think if you can get out and walk wherever you are, your neighborhood, and say hi to your neighbors and just do whatever you can, will be the best thing for you. So I'm going to try to finish up here at mile 4, and I'll get back to you. Have any thoughts or comments about where you would like to see me walk around the Cedar Park area? Please leave it in the comments below on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Javier In The Air is where you would go and look for it, and then you can subscribe for it. Also going to be walking in different times in different places, and so I hope you all get a kick out of it. But we're going to do one more beer. So this is Three Nations Without a Paddle. They're Belgian style, see if I can get that, Belgian style Creek, which is another word for cherry. And so we're going to, and I hope I said that right, by the way, this is 8.2 ABV. This is canned in by Three Nations Brewing out of Carrollton, Texas. And so we're gonna take a drink of this. I have never had this beer before. I've had some Belgian beers and some Belgian style beers, but I've never had this Kriek, and again, I hope I'm saying that correctly. So I'm pouring it now, and you can see it's got a kind of a rosy reddish cherry look to it. Here's the can again. Belgian style Creek. It's a nice little picture of a lake with a boat on there. And so we're gonna try this now and see what we get. Nice tart cherry smell, aroma, if you will, if you want to get more sophisticated. Really good. It has that tart cherry throughout, that taste throughout the entire beer itself. Nice finish to it. Very tart, so if you like tart for your beer, or actually if you just like tartness, I think you'll like it. Not too heavy. A little good finish, like I said, a cherry finish on the back end, and definitely you can tell it's a beer, and as opposed to some of the ciders and that sort of thing. I like it. I'm gonna continue drinking this for today, and thanks to the crew out at Brewtique for providing me this beer, and a little something on the back end here on the last mile 4 of my walk this morning, and we'll see you again next time. Hey, 4 miles, got it done. Um, exactly 4 miles. I have to actually walk around the street a little bit to make sure I hit 4 miles exactly. Not a bad pace, about 19:29 per mile, but I got it in before it got too hot today, even though it's not going to get really hot, not like it has been, a month ago or stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed my little walking adventure. I'm sure I'll do this again probably in a month or so and have like a different route for you to look at. If you have a chance, get out and start walking. I know my own personal story was I needed to start walking, and I started with half a mile, which was literally just one lap around this block that I live on, and started from there and worked my way up, and probably about a week and a half where I did half a mile, and then I decided to move up to 1 mile and worked my way up from there, and now I do about 2.6 2.7 miles a day, and then my long walk is about 4 miles. So I'll give you an update the next time I do this and let you know where I'm at. I hope everybody will have a chance to get out and walk. It's a great exercise, a great form of meeting your neighbors and doing all sorts of good things. And I hope you enjoyed my beer reviews, and I have a special beer panel coming up for the next week's podcast. You're going to see us review some great pumpkin beers, and I say I got about 5 people, so we'll see how it turns out. So everybody have a good rest of the week, and I'll talk to you again later. No, over there. Oh, hey. Real quick, I forgot to mention that I do have some more submissions for the pumpkin carving contest. So I'm going to put these in right now. You can take a look at them. And then we still have a couple more weeks, so I'm still looking for some more submissions. And then we will judge, and I will give away a prize to the best pumpkin carving. So here is my sister, my neighbor Zaida, her son Brandon, and then Tara, which I'm not sure what the connection is there, but Tara. So you're going to see 4 pumpkins, and then you'll see the credits. Thanks a lot.